Splash on Deck, presented by Xfinity from the Toyota U.S. Open here, Greensboro Aquatic Center, after another terrific night of racing here at this venue. Hi there, Jason Knapp here alongside three-time Olympic gold medalist, International Swimming Hall of Famer, and three-time Olympic medalist, Regan Smith, who is our special guest to join us tonight after a phenomenal swim by her. Just your feelings after kind of getting back in the pool, long course here. What did it feel like?
It felt really good, honestly. I think that I executed that race really well, and I was just trying to enjoy myself. You know, I think after this tough year, I was putting a lot of pressure on myself in every single meet that I went to and with every single race. And so going into this season, and this meet in particular, I just wanted to have no expectations for myself. Just go out and do what I do and enjoy myself, and I think I did that tonight, so happy.
And you know, Regan, it was interesting because when I was listening to you talk to Corey earlier, one thing that really struck me was the fact that you've learned to have fun in the sport. You know, and you've even admitted that, you know, there was so much pressure put on you after 2019 especially. And I've always said 2020 would have been a killer for you, you know, and yet you've taken it all in stride. You've been an incredibly good sport along the way. What did you learn about yourself in Tokyo?
Yeah, I really learned how easily I can let the sport get to me. And that's just not something that I want to do. You know, like, I'm in the sport because I love it and I want to have fun. And I feel like I said that all I wanted to do was have fun for so long, and I was just lying to myself. Like, it's true, I did want to have fun, but I just wasn't having fun because it was like, it would get to a point where I was scared to race just because of all the pressures I was feeling. And I'm proud of myself for coming to terms with that and like realizing that, hey, like, I'm feeling a lot of pressure. How can I, you know, kind of combat that and move past that? And I think it's going to be a long road, but I think that this meet was a good place to start and just trying to learn to truly enjoy the process. And it also helps talking to, you know, my fellow Team USA teammates. They feel it all too. And so knowing that I'm not going through it alone helps a lot too, but
no question.
I'll get there. Yeah.
So for you, we know you've got Olympic medals now to bring home from Tokyo. You saw a tattoo you're talking about. Can you get a look? Is it right on the arm here?
Yeah, it is.
All right. So as a non-tattooed person, did it hurt more or less than you thought it would?
That is a good question. I think I was like over preparing myself. And then I remember like the first few minutes, I was like, oh, this isn't bad. And then towards the end, I was like, I've made a mistake. Like, it was hurting so bad, but it was worth it. I love it. I think it looks so good. The tattoo artist was awesome. It was a good experience.
Do you think putting off Stanford for a year has helped you kind of adjust more from a maturity standpoint, knowing that, boy, at least I had a year, you know, not only to get ready for the Olympic Games, obviously, but also to mature physically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever it is, to be able to handle the life of what Stanford brings?
Absolutely. And I think no matter how old I am, I'll like never really truly be prepared for what college brings. But I think, yeah, if I had gone into my freshman year last year, that would have been a whole world of interesting things. This transition has been very difficult, I won't lie. I miss home. I didn't realize how much of a homebody I was until I left home, but you know, millions of people go through it every year, and I know that this is ultimately going to help me so much as a person. I'm going to grow so much, and I think I already have grown so much since my time being on campus, and I'm just excited to see like the person I become. I think that I have a lot of growth ahead of me, and I'm excited. So.
Last time we chatted, you said maybe in the future as you thought about what you might do, you said doctor something. Do you have any idea, honing in on what you want to study?
Yeah, I think I want to do human biology, but without the pre-med.
Okay.
I've learned that I hate math. I really do. Like, I'll do it, but I won't choose to do it. So I think I want to, you know, do a career where it's not very math heavy.
Well, we'll do the math for you, especially after swims like tonight in the 100 back. We're going to have you kind of analyze your race and take us through what you were thinking, especially what looked to be a terrific start.
Thanks. Thank you. Yeah, my start, I've been focusing a lot on my start this fall, and I think I executed my start really well. And I think going into my turn here, I was thinking, okay, don't come up early. Let's focus on these kicks, but not rush them. And this is my first time seeing the race, and I think I did a really great job on my breakout. I'm actually really psyched about that. That's an awesome breakout for me. And coming into the finish here, it was hurting pretty bad, but I just told myself to, you know, kind of bear down and finish. And I think my finish was great, and I was really pleased with that time. And doesn't always look like I'm super pleased, but I was very happy there. So.
When you think about the race itself in December, where we're at, you're training primarily short course rather, and you come into a long course race, do you even think about the clock, or do you think about the tempo you have and the stroke rate and all of that, or is the clock important in a situation like this? Because again, from an outsider view, 58.6 is pretty quick in December, right?
Yeah, I'm really pleased with that, but Greg and I have been trying to work on just focusing on the details, focusing on tempo,
Right.
focusing on the kick counts, focusing on executing my start well, and I just think that the time will take care of itself. 58.6 is really great for right now, absolutely, but I think it's just more important to focus on how I'm executing the race. If I had gone 59.0 or something and I had a similarly executed race, I think it would have been just as happy.
You talked about loving the California weather. Do you get any Minnesota time coming up here at any point?
Oh
ahead?
yeah, definitely. So I just spent about 2 weeks at home for Thanksgiving, and it was actually beautiful. It was like 45 degrees, and it was like
Oh my
nice and
gosh,
sunny.
45 degrees.
Yeah.
You're talking to a Floridian. I'm thinking 45 degrees. Are you nuts?
Oh my gosh, it was better than I thought it was going to be. We could have a foot of snow on the ground, so I'll take it. I had a great time at home.
I know Paris is way far ahead, but it's not that far ahead. But have you guys started a game plan how you break down what's going to be a unique kind of Olympic training cycle? I mean, I guess in my mind, is it better or worse for you after your Tokyo experience that Paris is a little bit closer right in front of you?
Yeah, I think speaking analytically and all that, I think Greg takes care of that, and I just kind of do what he tells me to do. But with my thoughts, it's crazy how close it is when I think that we're as close to Paris as we were to World Championships in 2019. We're at the halfway point, which is really bizarre to me. Time is a weird thing, and I know it's gonna fly by. And I think between now and then, I just want to work on, feeling mentally more confident. And like I was saying earlier with the pressures and everything, I just want to work on feeling really solid mentally and feeling sure of myself and just being proud of myself no matter what.
I'm so proud of you this past summer.
Thank
You
you.
handled everything with such grace and professionalism, and good luck the rest of the way here. The next couple months. We'll see you in March
Oh,
at
yeah.
the NCAA
Yes,
championship,
we will.
first college championship, and the rest of the way down the line.
Thank you guys so much.
Regan Smith, our guest here, checking things out after her win tonight in the women's 100 back. Plenty of tiers. The Pro Swim Series stops coming up as we get set up here for the World Championships coming in May in Japan. Again, we'll be in Knoxville in January for the first of those stops, and then Iowa, Texas, California, all represented again coming up in 2022. Back here in Greensboro, Jason and Rowdy, and trying to figure out another quality race to look at tonight, our race of the night. How could you pick against Bobby Fink again from off the pace to victory? Man, it's always a fun watch, Rowdy, because you're always in the back of your mind, can he do it again? And he did do it again.
Over and over this past summer. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, he did it all summer long. He did it in December. He did it a couple of nights ago in the 800 freestyle, and it didn't look. And every time I watch him do it, I say, there's no way he's going to be able to do it. There's no way he's going to be able to do it. And yet he comes home in 27 flat tonight in that 800 freestyle. It was unbelievable, that last 100. It wasn't so, again, it's not so much, Jason, the last 100. It's literally the last 35 meters. That's what's so impressive what he's done. He took it out nicely. He was great on the backstroke. And then all of a sudden, things started changing a little bit.
And this a little bit different because it's not just freestyle, so he's got to be able to be strong in the other strokes to put him in position to have that closing speed in the free.
It's so funny, too, because he was telling Corey, boy, that was painful. He says that every time, but it doesn't look painful. He makes that last surge look so easy. And again, it's the race of the night. We had more dominance during the night, obviously, with Katie, Regan, but no better race tonight than that 400 IM.
Now, Leah Smith looking strong in the 400 IM as well. Again, a lot of the performers again trying to round themselves in position here for the end of the year and get ready for that push in 2022. Again, the schedule's so kind of jumbled, Rowdy. It's going to be weird, again, to see how tactically swimmers and coaches go about getting ready for those team trials in late April with the Worlds coming in May.
It just happens so fast. Usually you can take a deep breath and just go like this after an Olympic Games. And it's just not possible. I mean, if you think about it, the Olympics, obviously the pinnacle of success in our sport, but right behind is the World Championships. And it's just around the corner with the trials, as you said, right here back in this building in April. And then we got a quick turnaround right into May for the Worlds back in Japan. So yeah, it's going to be a quick summer, and then we're 2 years away from Paris. So it's going to be wild and woolly, that's for sure.
Good news for us in Greensboro. More swimming to come. Final night of competition here at the Toyota U.S. Open coming up tomorrow night, and we'll see more stars on display.
Yeah, I mean, that was what was so unique about this meet, and the fact that, and I always feel that way post-Olympics anyway, and the fact that we always get a chance to see the great stars. You know, we talk about them all the time, the Ledeckis, the Finks now, the Regan Smiths, but I just love a lot of the youngsters coming up because I try to remember them. You know, I try to remember back when I called her Kathleen Ledecky. I try to remember back in 2000 when I said, who is this 14, 15-year-old Michael Phelps? Never heard of him. You know, so I love that part of our sport because these names that we're calling tonight, you and I are going to be looking back in about 3 years and say, oh my gosh, you remember that kid Reed Makuta? He won that U.S. Open back in 2021. Look at that, he's making the Olympic team. I don't want to jinx him, but those are the cases that we have here in Greensboro at the U.S. Open.
Always fun to track it. You can track us with us with coverage coming up on Olympic Channel tomorrow night here from Greensboro. But for now, for Rowdy Gaines and our entire crew, this is Jason Knapp saying, hope you enjoyed this edition of Splash on Deck, presented by Xfinity. See you next time.